Good day, family. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. This is another report, 360, Melanin Report 360, the Melanin Report 360, the Melanin Report 360. Thank you so much for subscribing and checking out my videos, past and present. And I wanted to give a shout out to all people who are not celebrating Memorial Day because because I think we have so many traditions in this country that's not ours, but we've adopted. So I would like to return to more standard traditions from motherland and other places, indigenous places, et cetera, et cetera. So that's how I'm kicking off today. So I hope you all are having a wonderful Friday. Let me go ahead and read the fair use disclaimer just in case. It's kind of warm here because my AC is really, I have it pretty moderately high and like 78 degrees because it is probably going to be triple digits this weekend. I'm not complaining because it's almost June, and hey, we only have maybe 1 or 2 days of triple digits so far this year. So it's almost June, 3 days to June. So thank goodness, thank goodness. So let me go ahead and read this fair use disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. So thank you so much. I hope you all are you probably getting off work early, if anything. Um, I just wanted us to get into traditions of more of for ourselves and our community. I believe earlier in the month, I think it was last Friday, on Black Channel News. I think that's it. They did a whole day, or the Charles Blow. He's on at 7 for us, and perhaps on the East it's 10. And they did a whole, tribute to Malcolm X. And that was last Friday. I think his birthday was the 21st of May. So I believe that. I definitely I'm watching that network because they're doing, for the standards in this country, they're doing stuff for us. And I think Charles Blow, shout out to Charles Blow, because he's doing a real good job. I don't think he's ever hosted any other network. And so he has a commitment, obviously, to honor his family, the people. And I think you'll be very intrigued and really thankful, because it's so refreshing to see Black people being interviewed about Black stuff. Like, why is that not common? But on other networks, anyway, I'm not going to go into that. But let me go ahead and get to my topic. I didn't really I didn't write any notes down today. Sometimes I kind of go on the cuff of my personal experience and perhaps environmental experience. And so that's what I'm going to do today. So thank you again for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, follow. Like, share, subscribe, follow. Like, share, subscribe, follow. And don't forget my book, The Melanin Diet on Amazon, soon to be on my website. I have a young lady that is developing and doing a lot of PR and all that. So we're kind of starting obviously next month. and it's going to be really a fruitful. But right now, this is on Amazon, and I have out of 5 stars, I have a perfect score of on 22 or 23 reviews. I have a total of 5 stars out of 5 stars. So check that out. So let's get into it. So like, share, subscribe, follow, like, share, subscribe, follow, like, share, subscribe, and follow. I was thinking about the planet, Mother Earth, and how is Mother Earth being treated? Do you ever think about that? Do you ever think about the landfills? How we are protecting Mother Earth? This is the only planet that we have to live on. But I think globally, there's a cry out for Mother Earth with the flooding. I think it was last year or earlier. No, maybe like 6 months. I'm not sure. In Houston, these are cries. These are cries from Mother Earth. We have droughts, violent storms, and we have something to be. We need to be responsible for the assault on Mother Earth. We don't even have recyclable whatever. Certain things I try to buy, not so much plastic. I don't do plastic, I don't even have a microwave. I mean, I have a toaster oven. I try to do my part because I contacted the HOA here when I first bought my condo, and I was like revved up and excited. I was like, I was surprised I didn't see any recyclable, see trash cans, but no recyclable bins. So this is 5 years ago. So short-sightedness, doesn't yield to be progressive and forward thinking. Because I think the long-term effect is horrible, because we know we are, it's the only planet we have. We don't have a planet B. And we are, for so many angles, we are assaulting the planet. Water is the choice of drink today. And I think that we can do better. We definitely can do better, because I try to do recyclable bags. I don't grab any plastic out of the grocery stores. That's like gross to me. So I definitely have my grocery bags. They're in the car right now. So I always, I take my grocery bags in to just bag up my groceries there. And some stores, they have boxes. I think there is a store chain, I think Natural Grocers. They use cardboard boxes. They don't even have bags. They don't have plastic. They definitely don't have plastic bags. So I try to support these industries, these companies that are doing their part. But in the big picture, are we recycling? I drive a Prius. I just refuse to not recycle, so I am going to recycle private, just the bottles, I have bottles now. It's in a box that I'm going to take probably next week. But I have to do my part. Are we doing our part? Because we are the first man, woman to walk the planet. So that you are stewards. We should feel that we are the stewards on the planet, because the planet is going haywire. Because you can see the violent flooding in Houston. Was Katrina? That's like what, 10 years ago? It may be 10 years ago or 12 years ago. So the planet, definitely this country, is screaming at us, screaming at us because we don't do just the bare minimum. We have plastic this, plastic that, plastic bags, grocery bags. Do you have a conscience of like grabbing these plastic bags? Don't even, people are not even taking their bags in. Even if you have plastic, can you bring them back to the store? I'm not understanding that because I believe that there will be consequences, and we see the consequences. The planet is screaming, saying, "What are you doing?" We don't recycle. We don't. We have plastic all the time. If I see another plastic bag, I'm like, we know we can do our part, especially black and brown people, all people, literally all people, because plastic bags should have been a phase. It should have been a phase, like I remember paper bags. I'm a kid of the 60s. So I remember paper bags. And when the plastic came in, I think in the early 80s, I think that's about right. I was kind of like, is this biodegradable? Is it going to go away anytime soon? I was trying to figure that out because what is the long-term implications on all this plastic that we're using? So what I'm saying to you, the planet, it has a memory. It has a memory. And the memory is how I got chills when I'm saying this. So that's confirmation. So how has Mother Earth is saying, you all aren't treating me right, you know. I'm a scorned lover, if you will. I'm not being taken care of. This is the only place we have to live. And people are like, plastic, whatever. No one is, because right now the country is being, all the systems in place are white men. Not exclusively. We have a few other, and I do mean other, but we may or may not be at the table of consciousness. We can set the barometer of what's going on, the temperature. Like, is it hot? Is it cold? What about us? What about the black man and woman, the melanated man and woman? That's an assault. There's a memory in, I keep getting chills. So there's a memory in these killings. Trayvon Martin, Mike Brown, the list goes on. There's a memory. That's why we cannot do any and all things, any and all people. There's a memory on the planet. Mother Earth is all knowing, all seeing, all believing, blah, blah. But there is a memory. We have to be conscientious of the memory. Because, okay, Zimmerman was what, a year? No, what I'm saying. Maybe 7, 8 years ago with Trayvon Martin. So he was probably one and done. He killed this young man. It's just sickening. I know, like I'm sitting here, his life has a mark. Not in a good column. I will say that. Because the memory comes as it sees the assault, killing, and not being accounted for that killing. He walked. That's another assault. Because so many assaults are going on the planet. People should not be starving. We have plenty. We have hoardish mentality. We have to have it all. We have to have it all. When I say we, you know who I'm talking about. Bezos, he may be or may not be the richest person on the planet. I'm not sure. I didn't do all those statistics, just to say. He has a lot of money to burn, at a fire pit. I'm just saying. Okay. So why can't he go over to wherever, motherland, um, wherever, Argentina, all these areas that are impoverished people, and just change the energy. Just say, no one should live in these conditions, and just put a couple of $1 billion. That's no money for him. Why not be a steward? I have the resources. I've been able to make money for what, we know the Bezos story. But not only Bezos, I'm saying Oprah Winfrey. I'm just calling it out, or Tyler Perry, because there's a hoardish area that we need to be concerned about. We're being killed in the streets, cancel, cancel. Assault is our babies, 12, 13 14-year-olds calling 911 and being 5 bullets in a child. This is the assault. So the memory, believe me, is always being and noted. Checked and noted. Because you cannot do the destruction that's on our bloodshed is on hands of this country. And oh, that was a little freeze spot. So we have a lot of blood on our hands. When I say we, this country, this world, moreover. So are we trying to correct this? Are we doing a moratorium on killing of Black and brown people? Memory is on the planet. Mother Earth has a memory like no other, because it's happening each and every day, unfortunately. But now when we see, we're not connecting the dots. So when we see crying out on a lot of storms, I remember one year I think it was 1995. I just purchased my first home in Atlanta, and it rained in the month of July, I think 1995. It rained the entire month of July. The entire month of July. I mean, Atlanta is a rainy place, no bones about it. It rained quite a bit. 30 days, 30 days, like, wow, you know. So we need to look at that. We don't connect the dots. We say, oh, the storms are here or they're here. We don't see the collective mind. We just look at one, and one. We're not adding it up. Smart melanated people are adding it up. We are seeing the connection, the death, destruction, loss of life. They kill Black and brown people wholesale. It's a memory with that. It's a memory with that. And so, we can do our part. We can, start to do certain things, that can pretty much reduce chances of the re-assault on people. We could just not just arrest people. Just arrest, Not now. They are usually back in the good old days. Would say, "Oh well," the police officer would say, "Oh well, I thought he had. It was a cell phone. I thought he had a gun, so you had to put 20 bullets in this." I think it was Sean Bell. This was one of the first of recent times. I think his wedding, if my memory serves me correctly, his wedding was like the next day. There is an assault on Black and brown people. We're not connecting the dots of saying violent storms. How about that? There is no connection with life. We know the connection. Black and brown people, we definitely see the connection. We see the connection front and center. Loss of life, wrongful loss of life. No life should be taken, even whatever. You are a police person. You have been called to duty. I'm not trying to say there should be any particular thing about police. They are there to protect and serve. They're not doing that. They should be, gone, one and done. Now that they're being showing that so brazen, like Chauvin, he knew he was being recorded. That young lady helped, and I know she's in therapy, hopefully, because I know that would have been painful even for at my age, and she's like a third of my age, and that would have been really hard for me to watch at my age. And I knew she recognized the importance. If that video had not surfaced, he may have walked. This is where we are. This is the assault on habitants. We live, this is where we live. And you kill people wholesale. Even the other day, I think it was another Texas. It's a blur. There's so much that it's a blur. But the teenager, his hands were up and they fired four or five bullets in him. 13 years of age. So they're younger and younger and younger. Memory is there. This country is not getting away with any of this because we see the result. I mean, Phoenix, it's a lovely city. This is a favorable area for me if you want to know more. But this is a favorable area. It's been proven to be a favorable area. I don't know if you are familiar with astronumerics, and I am. And so we were talking about spirituality yesterday. So this is one of the tools that I used before I moved out here. From 2007, I moved out here the first time. And this is literally a favorable area for me, in terms of the map of the globe. And so I've had a lot of, success. And, this is a good place for me. It's not end all be all, but this is one good place that I have been shown that it is favorable. However, even with that said, I definitely take care of my body, my mind, my spirit. We talked about that earlier in the week. We just have to try and do our part because we know there is a memory. The planet has a memory built in. There's no reason for people to be starving. We have a lot of resources. If we're not hoardish and it's mine, I gotta have it. It's crazy. Just to spread the love, spread the wealth. I mean, his great, 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 great grandchildren will be set. Even if I'm talking about Bezos, even if he submits, like, let's just say, whatever billion, if he goes to every country that's like, Nicaragua, all these regions, and just give, for have a team to, make sure everyone is taken care of, $1 billion, all these nations. Why can't anyone say that this is what we need to do? I can't spend all this money. And I think he's around my age, a little bit older. I mean, his family, 10 generations down, the planet is still here again. We're just assaulting the planet so much. And when the lives are wrongfully taken with impunity, they're just walking, just killing people at random, just walking. So when this happens, there's a memory in the planet, on the planet. And then the next thing you know, Katrina and the this and the that. So nothing happens in a vacuum, brothers and sisters. We know that we need to hit the reset button. Do your part. Recycle. Definitely recycle. What is the problem with going maybe I think 5 miles from here to take my things to recycle? Why not do that? You know, plastic, plastic, plastic. That's gonna. I mean, even the water that is washing up, the stuff is washing up on the shores. Plastic, and the animals are suffocating when you throw something out into the sea, into the oceans, and it kind of wraps around the sea creatures, etc., or sea animals, and whatnot. It can cause death in the sea. So they're like, what in the heck? What is going on? I mean, I go to certain organizations and I make donations and blah blah. That's just one person, me. I'm really respecter of the planet. I just don't know how many people are. I'm just getting choked up thinking about it. Thank you for my water break. We have to do our part. We must begin to do our part because the planet is suffering. Whenever a young Black or brown person has been violated, assaulted, killed, then whatever, all of it is a memory. It's a memory. I'm not trying to say, oh, okay, they will be able to do that. But the consciousness on the planet is not going to allow this to continue. It's just not. Without having a lot of problems with this planet, and when I say problems, purging, getting rid of what is not needed. That's why I want to be on the good side of a steward. Now, if I'm driving a Prius and I throw something out, what am I doing? I'm using plastic all the time. What am I doing? So, search in your heart, find your source of where you feel comfortable, and more importantly, just feel energy on the earth. Like, I'm so sorry I've been violating this wonderful planet. Could be wonderful because, but humans on the planet, they don't even take care of themselves in mind, body, spirit. We talked about earlier in the week. Just taking plastic, going in the trash, don't have a consciousness around that. I think some of the grocery stores, I think Whole Foods is one, and it's owned by Bezos, I believe. That, yeah, I think that, yeah, I am almost sure. But we can do our part. In fact, I've gotten a couple of orders this week from Amazon. Everything's in plastic, but they're saying something when I go to my Prime membership, it'll say you can recycle or whatever. So there's a little level of consciousness, but it's not where it should be because, I think McDonald's went to, not, I don't eat there, but I think it kind of went to the cardboard or something when I think that's what they're using. A lot of paper products. So, a little bit less. The wrappers, I think, are kind of a level of plastic. I don't know. I don't eat there. Let's do our part. Let's do our part. Not just toss stuff out, especially out the window. We don't even have a respectability about ourselves, each other, and the planet. And the people who are governing this country for sure, they try to play catch up now. Everyone's, environmental. But this should have been happened back in the 70s or 60s or 50s. It should have been happening a long start. We should not be catching up. Perhaps all of these storms and violent storms and, you know, death coming from these storms, perhaps if we treated the planet and each other a little bit love, a little bit more love, a little bit. A young man, he was in his 40s, had 7 children in North Carolina. He hunted that man. He hunted that man. This is what they did. They hunted that man, our brother. It's a memory. Just know that. I'm just saying. We're not one and done. Just speak to your consciousness. Okay, should I recycle? If I can go around the corner 10 miles, 5, 10 miles, and drop my recyclables, and they'll take care of it. I would rather pay for that service. Like I said, when I first moved over here, I was all excited, I was surprised, because the dumpster's not too far. I didn't see any recyclable, and I questioned that, and oh well, just rough. Again, we can always find when we want to do something, we can always find time and the resources to do it. And if you don't want to do something, likewise, you can definitely find 10,000 reasons not to do or 10,000 reasons to do. So I want you to, when you're doing these holiday, whatever, if you choose to, and that's the other thing, where's our heart and mind? I mean, this is Memorial Day. So we know people have been killed because we still in war somewhere. What is that about? What is that about? Is there ever a time for peace? Is there ever a time for peace and less war? People are civilized, supposedly. We're still fighting like animals. Over what? This planet is Mother Planet. It's not Biden planet. It's not Kamala's cat planet. This is Mother Earth. All of us have the right to be here and not taken away prematurely. These young people, my cat is about to jump up, I do believe. This is an assault on humanity in and of itself. So we have to look at this as we go into Memorial Day. People are dying left and right. People are being killed left and right. Are we celebrating this in any way? Because we are, this is Memorial Day. My father he was in the Air Force, but he got the heck out of there. He was in there like 4 years. He had honorable discharge. Um, but yeah, we have to look at this. We have to do better. When we know better, we do better. So thank you so much for tuning in. I will be back on Monday. I don't celebrate these holidays. I mean, it's just, anyway, I'm not, Malcolm X. I will do Malcolm. I mean, things that are important to me. I'm not doing all these traditional holidays. I could care less. It's another day. I'm going to the gym, and I think I'm gonna go Saturday and Sunday. I'm going today, and I'm gonna go Saturday and Sunday. So think about that. And if it hits home, have just when we know better, we do better. So keep this in mind as you are going out and about the weekend. Stay safe, and we will get through this somehow, some way. But if you could have a little bit less plastic, the planet will say thank you. Thank you. It's a living, breathing organism. Mother Earth is a living, breathing organism. We have to take care of her. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a wonderful weekend. I will be back on Monday. Like I said, I don't do the holidays. And so I'll be back Monday. I hope you all are well, and share, like, subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. I look forward to hearing or reading your comments. Have a good evening. Peace.